Welcome to Reel 45 with Stefan and Greg Hancock. We vibe out and have real talk, so tune in and check this out. Yeah, today is a new day. Let's seize it now and get hype. We talking about our careers, our family, and just life. Yeah, share my story with you. Inspiration like every day. Reel 45, we gon' keep it live. I keep episodes on replay. Ayy, Reel 45. Yeah, Reel 45. Show them how we do it, man. Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Reel45 Podcast, episode number 26. I've just got myself back over on the European shores. Made it back to Sweden here for a short trip before I go off to Poland. Say good day to my good buddy Stefan. I haven't seen you for quite a while, actually.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, but it feels like yesterday.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Nice to see you again. Real live.
Hey, thanks, man. Thanks. And nice to see you too. You're looking well.
I do. No.
Yeah, you said that when I walked in too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You too, man.
Yeah.
Looks like you don't have any jet lags at all.
Jet lag. There's no time for jet lag. I think jet lag is a good conversation, and the guest we have on here for a short time this morning, we can talk to him about jet lag too. He's probably got way worse jet lag than I do from his travels, but then again, he's been on the shores of the UK for a while. So we're gonna go straight into this if you don't mind.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who am I?
Exactly.
My name is Tai Woffinden, and I ride a speedway bike.
Really?
Wow.
I turn left for about a minute for a living. It's great.
Dude, I've heard about people like you.
Yeah, man. Pretty dope job.
Woffy, welcome to the Reel45 Podcast, dude. Thanks for joining us for a few minutes here.
That's right, dude. I didn't know if I was ever going to make it onto the podcast. I have asked this question a few times.
Dude, I mean, you're lucky actually to be on here because, I mean, it's overloaded. Our schedule is like, it's stacked. I mean, to fit you in was really, really hard, but I've got a few minutes for you.
That's great. It's funny, you know, before you started doing this, I was actually talking to my friend because my friend has a podcast called Hook It.
Oh, yeah?
Dave Burke. Yeah. So I was talking to him. I was like, dude, I'm thinking about like doing this podcast thing and like getting a few like guys to do it and what do you think? And then like must have been 7 days later, you was like Reel45 Podcast coming out, and I was like, dude, I can't do it because Greg's already done it. Or like copying him.
Dude, I was in your head. I'm in your head all the time. I was just like,
legit.
I know what he's gonna do. I gotta get ahead of him. I had kids before
that's
you.
because you're
thinking about it.
That's because you're experienced.
That's right. Don't you forget it.
The thing is, Greg just...
So for anyone that's listening that doesn't understand, I always used to call Greg old because I was always the younger. Like when I first started racing against Greg, it was like back in Chesterhover in 2006, 7 maybe. So I always called him old, and he was like, dude, I'm not old, I'm experienced. And since that day, I've never called him old. He is experienced.
That's total respect, bro. That's why I love you so much. Another one of the reasons why I love you so much.
Oh, thanks, mate. Thanks. Well, I love some more. Give me some more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell me all the reasons you love me.
Dude, we're all about compliments. You heard about as we came in there. Stephanie looks so good. He said, I look so good. We just compliment each other constantly. So it's the same about you. You're the man.
Good. It's nice to give off a positive vibe. There's a lot of negativity in the world these days. And
don't even go there.
For sure needs some tweaking.
Oh my gosh.
For sure needs some tweaking.
We could have a podcast just about that. How much time do you have?
Oh, dude. Positivity, mental strength, perseverance, just some of the things you need around in your life.
Dude, how do you...
Just quickly, that's one thing I love about our sport, because you go to like a place like Australia or Torrens for a world championship, all these different rounds where they have the world championship, and you have different people from different backgrounds, different countries, different races, different religions, all coming together and like becoming one to watch what we do. And I think that's amazing.
That's well said, dude. Absolutely. Before we called it, Steph and I were talking about all sorts of different things, and And I mean, you look at the world we live in today, and the doping scandals and all the different sports and whatever. That's one cool thing about Speedway. It's pretty clean, overall. So that goes with everything you just said too. So it's kind of that's kind of a win-win in our back pockets, huh?
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of stuff going on in loads of sports, but like you say, we get tested a lot, so it's proven that at the level that we're racing at, everyone's clean because we're constantly tested in Poland, Sweden, World Championships, and I push for more of them in the league racing because I think we should just to make sure we're 100% clean, and if we could do that, it'd be amazing.
Yeah, it's cool too, and it can't just be a little bit, right? If they're going to do it, they got to go all the way. So I echo your thoughts there. And for a lot of years, it felt like I was the guy who got tested at least twice a year, and I was like the experienced guy. How could the old guy still keep going? So
I think I had 4 last year and 5 the year before. So
okay, so
maybe
oh man,
too sweet.
I thought they did that before every race.
No, I think they should.
It'd be good, right?
I think they should. Yeah, for sure.
Why not?
Just the peace of mind.
Totally.
Yeah.
That's we have to go into this more in depth. It would be really fun to, as Steph and I were just talking about this, dude. Yeah, we got a couple of ideas. We have to make sure Ty joins us for that episode because you're always good for positive vibes and good feedback. So you call it like it
dude,
is. That's cool.
When we do a podcast, we need to book in like minimum 4 hours. Minimum.
Totally right there. Amen. You're in. We just booked you in right there. We got it all recorded.
Yeah.
People will be like, yeah, I'm on day 3 still listening to the podcast.
Dude, this episode never ends.
It'll be like a book.
Yeah.
That's right. That'll be episode 108.
Hey, I like it. Is that what you've been saving me for?
Good number, huh?
Yeah.
That's Ty's number. He's 108.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a lot of episodes left to 108. So
yeah, we're only on episode 26, dude. So we better do it sooner than that.
26. Yeah, you need to crack on.
Yeah, we
Danny so I'm in Danny Pedrosa's place.
There you go. You got it. You are. Yeah, and we hope that he's
palmed
back
off
soon,
Pedrosa
right?
and slotted me in.
Exactly.
What was that?
I said he's hurt right now, huh? So we're hoping that he had a bad crash there.
Yeah, it did look quite nasty. I believe he's broke a bone in his arm, so he's had an operation yesterday or this morning. Yeah, bones.
Dude, yeah, another motorcycle guy who's going to be quick back to the bike thanks to modern day medicine, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's crazy what they can do, and it's crazy what the body can do if you treat it right.
That's right.
that's true.
For sure.
It actually blows my mind, like when we was talking about like being positive and all that stuff, and there's like you start thinking about your body and the things you can put into your body to help. I'm actually just looking at a little diet plan, which I'm trying to understand a little bit more on. But it's a fasting plan, and they actually say that you don't have to eat as like the normal average human does. So I've got a 4-hour slot per 24 hours to eat. So I've got them giving that a bit of a crack and seeing how I go.
That's cool. That's really cool. You're while we're on that subject, you're a new dad, by the way. Congratulations.
Oh,
Thanks, dude.
And the reason you just popped this into my head because my wife Jenny, she recently read something about kids, for example, and they're talking about illnesses and things like that. When you get sick, obviously we know what it's like. You're on the gas, you're traveling all over the place, and a lot of times you're feeling under the weather, but you just have to power through it, right? But they all say, you start to feel sick, you got to load yourself up on vitamins and eat all this vitamin C and drink all these certain things and whatever. But there was, she read this article about when you get sick, what the body does. And suddenly, our parents are always telling us, when you're feeling bad, we got to get some food in you got to eat, you got to do that. But actually there's a mechanism in the body that actually, you think about your little ones, and hopefully your little one hasn't been sick yet, but it's going to happen, But when they get sick and they get a fever, and then Stefan's got daughters too, so he knows what it's all about, but they don't eat and they don't do that because that's something in the body. The body has to work so hard to process food, to digest and do all these things. And all the time while it's working against that, it can't fight against the sickness or whatever is going on. So it's basically telling the body it doesn't want to eat because it needs to work on this other thing, fix this issue going on in the body. And
before it can go back to normal.
Totally. So like having a fever and not eating is not such a bad thing. And that's something we're still these days where you're feeling bad because God, I got to eat something. I got no energy, but you're actually not really helping yourself in the process. So it's kind of fascinating.
Well, that comes back to what I'm doing now with the program that I'm looking at. Is
totally.
As soon as you eat and stuff, it's talking about spiking your insulin. So, and your body holding on to weight and teaching your body to burn the fat. So essentially your body has enough fat on it to live like throughout the day, not a problem. So you only have to eat in that 4-hour window. So it's like you're limiting the calories that you're eating, but you're also letting the body use itself, burn its own fuel rather than the fuel that you're putting in. So I don't know if it'll work. I'll give it a crack. I don't mind trying stuff.
I'm with you there. I'm always trying something new like that. You want to see how you react or if you can do it. And sometimes you get like a week into it and you're like, nah, man, this ain't me. Or otherwise you go like 6 months and go, this rocks.
Yeah. So it's interesting. It's interesting what the body can do and what the mind can do. And yeah, like you said, we've got little Riley now. So she's flat out, dude. She's getting ready to crawl. She's done all the stuff prior, but it's insane what they learn in them first few months. Absolutely insane. I can't get my head around it.
Isn't it crazy?
How old is she now?
Like if you could keep taking in the stuff that you take in that first 3 months, the amount of stuff they take in, if you could continue to take that in for your whole life, like a human would be so much smarter than we are now.
It's not nuts.
That's true.
It's like you get to a certain age and then your brain slows down.
Dude, yeah, like 47.
That's when it started.
Way before that, dude. Way before that. But if that's how old you are, then you'll be saying, now I'm just getting started.
Well, when I hang out with guys like you, I feel like I just keep, I'm not ready to let the brain go yet.
No.
Hey, how old, Stefan is fast too. How old's Riley now?
She's nearly 5 months.
5 months,
man. So, and she's moving quite a bit, but I loved it when our kids are born. It's amazing how much, your kids are learning so much, but how much are you learning? Feels like as a parent, you learn at least as much as they do, if not, because you're trying to figure it out. They can't tell you anything. You just got to learn how to read their.
It's like the first month when you first have a kid. It's like if the baby cries, it's like, okay, I'll make some milk. Okay, she doesn't want milk. Okay, I'll change her nappy. Okay, that's not it. It's like, okay, I'll check her teeth are all right. It's like there's like a little checklist you go through.
Trial and error, right?
But it's great. It's great. But she's getting into she's in a wicked routine. After 1 month, she's been sleeping through from 7 till 7. So over the last week, she's actually she's doing 7 till 6 now. But then you take her out of bed at 6 and put her in bed with us, and then she has another hour. So she's still really doing 7 till 7, but you just got to get her out of bed at 6.
So does she have another hour, or do you have another hour?
All three of us do.
That's so funny. Again, you're trying to find that way to get that extra hour. You're just like, she's got to be tired still.
Dude, I woke before you guys called. I woke up. I was just like, I just got to the room, checked in, waiting for Jacko to come pick me up, and I was like, I feel a bit tired. It's probably doing my first day of this diet thing. So, and I just closed my eyes and went to sleep, and I was like, wow, I haven't done that for ages, but. Yeah, having a kid, early nights, early flights. So just getting it when I can.
And it's just part of the routine, huh? You don't make a big deal about it. It's just what it is now, huh?
Yeah, that's it. Like before, like waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, like for the first month when she was born, if I had to do that before we had her, it would have been like an issue. But then when you have a kid, like this instinct just kicks in, and you hear her cry, and you're like, boom, like on it straight away. So
You know,
it was, it's a strange feeling, but you know, anyone that has a kid knows what that situation is like. But it's cool.
it's funny as you're, you know, obviously you're, where are you right now anyway?
I'm just in the hotel receptions waiting for Jackie to pick me up.
Where you're in Poland now?
Yeah, I'm in Poland, yeah.
Oh, okay. We were just trying to catch up to see. So Ty's giving up his moment here while he's in Poland, just getting ready to go practice, and I'm actually sitting in Stefan's office here in his studio. So as you're telling your story about your daughter and all these things you're learning, we're looking at each other kind of like with a smile on our face, nodding our heads, going, yeah, exactly. He's going through the same thing. It's pretty cool. It's when you're a parent, you appreciate those things. Before you have a kid,
like,
you have no time at all, right? There's no way I have time for kids. And suddenly when you got a kid, you got all the time in the world.
Dude, when I had time was before I had a kid. So you're right in what you say. Like, I have all the time in the world for her now, but I had all the time in the world, and now I've had a child. I don't have any time in the world. So it's a flick. It's a 50. Like, it depends on how you look at it.
True. I remember when the kids were like 5-6 months, the only thing I was longing for when they were starting to talk, so you can understand what they wanted or see what they talking about.
And then you want them to
it's so cool.
Yeah, something happened.
As soon as they start, you want them to talk, you want them to do all these things, and as soon as they can talk and walk, you want them to sit down and be quiet.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, me and Faye have been discussing that. We're like, oh, I can't wait till she can walk. And then we're like, oh, we probably shouldn't wish her life away. It'll be like, I can't wait till she can do this, can't wait till she can do this. So we need to like appreciate the time that we have now and make the most of it, because it's going to go so quick. And it's like, she's 5 months, she's nearly 5 months. So I look at it like that. There's only a month until she's 6 months. It's half a year already gone. And it's like, it's gone so quick.
Wow.
Yeah. Then when she starts to walk, then you have to clean the house. Take away all the small stuff. Yeah. Yeah, we've already been looking at all that stuff. She's gonna crawl any day. So with like, there's already like silly things like the one of the cat litter box in the living room, like that would have to go with the other ones and get like shut the door and stuff. So there's all them things you got to figure out and work around, but it's all part of life, I guess.
No kidding. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta make it happen, right?
Yeah.
Make it happen.
How's
if you got
Faye?
good swimming?
Sorry?
Faye? Yeah, she's good.
How is she digging the motherhood?
Oh, loves it. Really stepped up and done what she needs to do, and yeah, no, it's cool.
Dude,
it's cool to see her and Riley together as well, you know what I mean?
Totally. And that's one of the most fascinating things about it all, is that when these women, they suddenly become a mother overnight, and the instinct just kicks in. They just turn in from this, the everyday life to just doing what moms do. It's just natural. It's wild.
Yeah, it's insane. But I guess humans actually have it the worst. Like, if you look at it like heaps of other animals, a fish is born and it can swim, and a deer is born and it can walk within 10 seconds. The human, like, when the human's born, it actually takes quite a long time for it to actually get on and do stuff. So if you compare it to other animals,
yeah.
But the motherly instinct in all of them is the same.
Did you just call us animals?
I heard it.
Yeah, we are. Primate.
Are you an animal on the tracks?
He's Woffy.
I don't know.
He's like a wolf.
Depends on how you're defining animal. Which animal we're talking about.
Which one are you?
Ooh, you put you on the spot.
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't even know. I haven't even been asked this question before.
You know what? Just open your little snooze jar there. Stick another fresh snooze in, and then try to answer that.
Lion.
King of the jungle. Right on. There you go.
I'm the king of my jungle.
Yeah, aren't we all? That's just the manliness in us. Yeah. I'm the boss of my house. My wife's
I'm just looking at my new bracelet that I bought the other day, and it cost me £20 for it. But for every bracelet that they sell, they take a ton of plastic out of the ocean. So I bought one for me and Tay, doing it a bit. And
right. I saw those.
It's like I think it's called 4Ocean or something, and it's about a company that have started cleaning up the world, you know, one piece at a time. And I thought it was pretty cool, and I might actually share the link for them. So whenever anyone's listening, you can check out my social and have a look on there, and you'll come across a link for it.
Send us a picture of you and the bracelet.
Yeah, can you do that so we can put it on our social media too for the podcast?
Yeah, man.
That would be cool. And
sure.
Can you tell everybody? I mean, most people probably listening, they already know your social media channels, but can you tell us what they are so that people can look for it?
Yeah, it's at Tai Woffinden. So T and then WOF for Freddie, F for Freddie, INDEN.
Perfect.
And they're all the same. So.
No, that's perfect. I've been following. Obviously, you and I we ran into each other in France for the monster photo shoot just not long ago, and talked about some of your plans with your TW movement too, which is you got lots of things in the limelight, man. And people don't. I mean, they see your social media channels, but you don't have much time to relax. Now you got lots of ideas and things going all the time, huh?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I think it's just like I don't really like free time. I like to be on it doing shit. So, you know, I've always got something going on. Last year it was a new house that I bought a new farm. And then there's like 17 stables on it and 21 acres of land that we rent out. So that was a bit of a push trying to get all that prepped ready for that. So, and then, just working on the house and doing that. And then obviously the things that I spoke to you about the other day, which I'm not going public with yet because we're just making sure we have the best product on the market, which currently it's looking like we're going to for the time that the item will do its thing. And so it's really cool, and it's nice to have something on the side separate so that I don't have to 100% rely on the Speedway.
Yeah, totally. Like that's been you for a long time, right? I mean, you've always been looking ahead, so it's you know, you said yourself, Speedway is not going to be around forever in that sense. You're going to do your thing, and then you're going to move on and do other things too, which we all want to do at some stage. But while we're in it, we're living for the moment and making the most of
that's it,
chasing the dream, right?
And there's like what no one plans for is you've got your plan. So say if your plan is 0 and the end plan is 100, and you would draw a line directly from the 0 to the 100. Mm-hmm. But then that's your plan. But the plan that the universe gives you, it has lakes you've got to get over, mountains you've got to climb, you know, rocks you've got to climb. It's just like it's so up and down, and your plan is normally the easiest, but it's never normally what happens. So you've got to be prepared for everything.
Oh, absolutely. True. There's going to be hurdles along the way, huh?
Oh, yeah.
You consider yourself as a businessman?
Yeah. It's a successful one at that. You know, the figures have been great. You know, over the last 3-4 years, and hit a nice milestone. So that's something I've been pushing towards. So yeah, just keep pushing forward and keep the business rolling. And we're looking at setting something up in Australia. So yeah, it's just flat out, mate. Honestly, it's hectic.
That's cool. Like you said, you wouldn't know what to do with yourself if you had free time, huh?
No, like if I'll be sat at home and Faye will be talking to me, and then she'll go like, "What do you reckon?" And I'm like, "I'm so sorry. What did you say?" Because I was thinking about this, and I'm so invested in this right now. I'm just trying to figure this out. So I actually, when I sit down, I don't actually really let my mind relax, which is frustrating at times. Like sometimes I'll get in bed and it's like, you know, I've got a flight at 6 o'clock and it's midnight, and I'll sit there for an hour and my head I can't turn my head off. I haven't learned how to do that yet. So, well, I have a little bit. Like sometimes if I do that, I try to like meditate a little bit and focus on my breathing. And that helps you get to sleep. But yeah, sometimes my brain's just turning cogs too much.
So their year must be like me in that sense, and maybe even more so with the ADD, and you got your mind's racing constantly. You can't stay focused on one thing because you got something else going on somewhere else. And then my wife's going, "Don't forget the kids wanted you to come in there and say goodnight."
Yeah, it's busy.
You should have a paper and a pencil beside your bed, and then just start to write down the thoughts you have, and then you can sleep.
Yeah, I might actually try that.
Because I did that before, and I actually woke up some mornings and had some ideas that I didn't know that I wrote down.
Is that right?
Yeah. If you
right.
Start to do it.
That's crazy.
That's not a bad idea at all.
No, and then you can just, when you woke up, you can just take the good ideas and then throw them out the other ways away.
The way I am.
Everything's there when it's black and white.
Yeah, that's right. But nowadays we don't even go black and white. We just go, "Hey Siri, make a note in my phone about the."
True.
Siri's talking to me on my phone. There she is.
Hey, it's crazy all that stuff.
Can't even say her name.
No.
Hey,
we got one of them things at home. Do you say Alexa?
We have Alexa in California too, and I think Bill's got the Google Home too. So you gotta, hey Google, hey Alexa, hey. I don't want to say her name because she'll. Hey,
yeah. I was talking to Jonas the other day, Jonas Hill and McCorpy, and we were discussing 5,000, say you go 5,000 years back and you take a human and you go 1,000 years before that first human, and then you show them what's around, they'll probably be like, nothing's changed. And then you take a human from 4,000 years and take them to 3,000 years, and they'll be, all right, well, you've made a car and the horse takes you around on cart. And then you take the next 1,000 years, and then all of a sudden, you get to 100 years ago, and you take a guy that's 100 years old and you put him in today's world, and you're like, there's so much happened as far as technology and buildings and all that stuff in the last 100 years. I think we're in a real exciting point of the kids now, your kids and Riley are in a real exciting point of the way that the world's going, because they're going to get to see so much stuff evolve and change in their lifetime. It's insane.
You got a good point there. I was just listening to a podcast, one of Lance Armstrong's podcasts, and he had a guy named Michael Shermer on, and he was talking about this. He's got a 2-year-old daughter, and he said, "I don't even know if my 2-year-old daughter is ever going to need a driver's license."
Yeah,
that's true.
Crazy.
They're going to talk about going out and renting an internal combustion vehicle and go drive it around a racetrack.
Yeah.
Dude, are you this deep thinking all the time? You're thinking about everything.
Yeah.
This is
standard.
This is cool because Stefan doesn't really know you at all either. So he only knows you from social media and what he's seen, obviously, at Grand Prix stuff. But
yeah, exactly. I have no clue, but I don't think like that at all.
One of my friends told me when I was younger, talk less and listen more, and you'll be a lot better person in 40, 50 years time. You'll know more, you understand more. And I listen to everything everyone says, and I don't mind saying my bit when I need to say anything, but and I can talk, so that's another good thing. But my ears are always open to anything.
No, but you're clever in that way too. I mean, obviously you and I, we have talked many times over the years too, and you're pretty good to throw ideas and things out there that you want to do just to get the feedback and see what people to get information in that way, and then you get to listen, which is kind of cool too. That's always fun to meet people. I've heard that and learned that fortunately from the good people I've been able to hang around too. And you kind of throw something out there, they'll throw something out there just to get a response, and you're sitting there listening to this whole thing going, wow, all this information just kind of unloads in front of you, and you're like, that was pretty fascinating.
We're driving, so it just broke up just before.
Oh, right.
We'll get on, but if it cuts out, then you know why.
Not a problem. Are you guys off to your destination, wherever you're headed now? I think
I was checked. Just make sure
We're losing you, man.
Can you hear us?
Hello?
You
Hello?
still there? I think we lost you.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Woffy, I don't know if you can hear us now, but we thank you for your time.
You can hear me? Good talking to you. Sorry
Hey.
for the connection.
Not a problem,
boys.
dude. Hey, catch you later, man. Thanks again.
Bye. He's off.
He's gone. We lost him. But hey, you know what? How cool was that?
That was really cool.
He managed to make a call right when we were getting ready to do this and gave us a few minutes of his time. And yeah, like we said, we've been trying to get him on the podcast here for a while, but it just doesn't always work to sit down and actually have a one-on-one because of our schedules. And you can hear his schedule. It's just hard to get him to be able to commit to one place at one time because he's got a lot going on. But thanks, Woffy. We really appreciate it. We look forward to sitting down with you one-on-one, face-to-face, and hearing more about your story. So
4 hours.
4 hours, one episode. We should try and do it.
We should.
But we have to do that like on a Friday night. So then we'll like when he starts the show, then we'll crack open something cold.
Maybe we should make a world record in podcasting.
With Woffy, we could do it.
I can be a
We're
world
all
record
about
holder then.
You would be a record holder. So we need to look that up. Can you Google that? What's the longest podcast ever? Because we are gonna nail it. We're all about championships, right? Winning. I just want to win. Winning. You remember what's his name? Oh, I lost his name. Come on. 3.5 Men.
I don't know.
Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen.
Remember when he went through his major role there of going off the edge and everything was about winning? I'm winning. We're all about winning. So we're Googling now to find out what the longest podcast episode is because we're going to try and beat it. This could be our
I don't have a really good answer maybe, but someone here saying that they have had a marathon for 72 hours podcast.
No way.
But podcasts, I don't know if they had
72 hours.
if it's the same recording or not.
We would have to start taking Adderall or something like that if we were going to do it.
Adderall.
You know what Adderall is?
Yeah, I actually seen one of those documentary about it on Netflix. It's called Take Your Pills.
Take Your Pills. Okay.
Yeah, you should see it.
On Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay. Netflix, Take Your Pills. Adderall.
Take Your Pills, yeah. They're talking about all of the students that take this to actually have the gradients that everybody has, because if everybody else is taking the pills, you need to take it due to because otherwise you can't compete with them.
Really? So
kind of strange.
That is kind of strange. So
yeah,
can they classify that as doping, or do they have doping in the workplace?
I think so. If it contains something like a drug. I don't remember what it was. It's like amphetamine or.
Right. So you're a business owner. Do you guys have to have doping tests for your clients? Is that something they do in businesses? I'm a Speedway guy, remember? You're the guy I live in my Speedway bubble.
I never come
you
to
live
a client.
in the real world.
Never come to a client and asked me to piss in a cup.
What about your employees when they walk in the morning? Sorry guys, you got to stop in the bathroom and take a pee test before we start?
Every Tuesday morning. That's what we do.
You guys are in the graphic design business, web building and all that. There's no way. These guys have to be clean. They got to be alert. So just give them Adderall.
Yeah, actually that's in the documentary too. That one of the guys are a programmer and take these pills, and he says like he can concentrate for hours and feels like he can do whatever people say him to do.
Right.
And other guys in different businesses, they had this demand from the bosses or from above that they need to put in a lot of hours, and the only way they can see is Adderall.
Whoa.
So I think it's
kind of scary, actually.
It is.
If I think about.
I haven't heard about it before. I don't think that. Never heard about it in Sweden. But when I just lay in my bed one night and just saw this take your pills things and just started to watch it and couldn't stop.
Did you say you were laying in your bed and you saw this thing about take your pills?
Yeah, I was like, dude, I'm exhausted.
Dude. But taking pills, you know, I've never been much of a drinker. I've never partook in any drugs of any kind or anything like that. So that's kind of scary though when you think about Adderall. If they like, you can understand how people can get it hooked. And I saw something about Adderall was like it's a medicine for ADHD.
Yeah.
It feels like you hear a lot about it right now too. And I know that I have a family member that's involved in an industry where I don't think some of those people can function without it. So it's kind of weird, you know, but is it an addiction?
I don't know.
Is that something like that? I mean,
but
probably it is.
That's kind of sad that you are in a business that you need to take it to keep your job.
Right.
Or at least feel that you need to do it. Otherwise, you don't know what happens if you can't keep up with the other ones or what the demands are. I don't know.
Kind of weird. We should talk more about that. We need to talk to somebody who can maybe explain a little bit more to us. We should get a real doctor.
A real doctor.
A real doctor.
Yeah.
Like I used to listen to I shouldn't say I used to. I still listen to a radio station in the U.S. called K-Rock 106.7 in California. And they have every night, I think it's nearly every night, they have a show on that starts about 10 or 11 o'clock at night called Love Line. And people call in and talk about their relationship issues or drug addiction or alcohol abuse or anything really. And they always have a special host for the program. And then they have Dr. Drew, he's world-renowned doctor and had the celebrity rehab show for a lot of years. But Dr. Drew's on there, and they always used to say, and we've got Dr. Drew with us, and he's a real doctor. So we need a real doctor on the podcast here that can answer a few questions for us, or maybe not answer, but help us to understand a little bit about this, because it'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in the world today, everybody needs to or wants to perform much more than you can.
Yeah.
And you want to be the best at work, the best at home with your family, the best with your friends. And I think it's hard for some people, at least.
The demanding lifestyle or the world we live in, you mean?
So, yeah, people are taking the pills. Strange. But see the documentary, Take Your Pills on Netflix. I think makes you think about how it is today.
Open your eyes?
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out for sure. Maybe, I mean, after talking to Woffy and hearing, he's wide open all the time, maybe people should just sit down with Woffy for a little while, and then you understand what it's like to get like motivation. And he doesn't need the pills. He's going all the time anyway. He's just naturally he's just naturally got it. So that's gotta be, what's that?
For how long?
He's done good so far.
Yeah.
But he seems to have a game plan. So maybe he knows that he's going to take advantage of it while he's got it. And I'm sure that'll never go away, because you see some of these guys, these entrepreneurs and stuff that go on. And I was just reading about that Peter Stordalen.
Oh.
Nordic Choice Hotels guy.
Yeah.
It was in the in-flight magazine on SAS, and I read that whole thing. And I don't read that much, but I saw the quote on the front. I don't remember what it was, but I just read a little bit about him and talk about another dude on a mission. Gosh, while we're on all this stuff, it's just coming. But that guy's unreal, what he does and how he survives every day. And I doubt that he takes Adderall, but he just seems like, like Woffy is. He's naturally on the gas, and he's got to have his people around him to take care of certain things. And that's what he said. He goes, I only employ people who are smarter than me. So
true. And I think that
wouldn't be
that's
hard
the thing.
for me.
If you want to be successful in anything, you need to put the hours in there. You need to work for it.
Yeah.
I don't think that you just don't get it.
This is pretty cool. There's a lot going on out there
but you don't need Adderall for it.
No, I don't think so. But Is that the difference with having a good employee? Are you prepared? Because I know that from this family member of mine, like, if you're not prepared to, I can't say it's not the Adderall, but if you're not prepared to do all those extra hours, are you going to keep the job?
What happens? Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, and even if you know, standard day is 8 hours, right? Technically 8 hour day. And they're equally, I mean, normally doing at least 12 to 15.
That's a lot.
At least
a normal day.
And I think that his phone actually never shuts off. So even in those few hours that he's home, he can or get a phone call from the people that are working under him that maybe they need his approval or his advice or something there too. So he's never shuts off. He's on 24/7.
I think that's, I mean, as a company or as an employer, I think that if you want to keep that stuff that is that good, they need to shut off.
I would think so.
You can't go on for, I mean, of course, everybody needs to step up and make the hours short periods all the time, because you can't have stuff for everything that happens, or if you get a big order or that is good for the company, that's probably good for the staff too. But if you have that constantly every day of the year, it can't be good.
I wouldn't think so.
That will cost more for the company, I think, in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I know when I say to my mechanics, I need you guys to work a couple more hours tonight, they look at me and give me the number one finger, but I don't think it's actually the number one finger.
No.
They're still trying to tell me that I'm number one on their list, but
probably.
Anyway, it's been interesting. I think this has been a cool episode here, getting a few words from Tai, and I think we've inspired ourselves to look at some other options now. So
absolutely.
If you guys have any options out there, or any ideas or comments or anything, please let us know. We always say this, but we'll say it again.
Absolutely.
Send us a message.
Yeah.
And speaking of doping and all that stuff, I think I have to go pee.
You need?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we should say this is the end of the episode then.
Let's do that. I gotta pee.
Okay.
I'm gonna go pee now.
You want to have a cup?
No, that would be embarrassing.
Yeah.
In front of me. Anyway.
Yeah.
Hey everybody. Thanks for listening, Stefan. It's great to see you again, man. And I hope I'm going to see a lot more. I think I'm going to see a lot more now.
Yeah.
When I'm
I hope so.
I'm on this side of the water. Yeah, for sure. It's going to be great. And we look forward to in the episode with Tai.
Yeah.
Our extended episode, our world record achieving.
We set it up and sit with him in front of us.
Yeah.
Someday.
And by the way, when is Jack Holder going to come with that song?
It was today. We will catch up with him too.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, Woffy. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Thanks for listening to this episode, Stefan.
Yeah, be sure to check Tight as a Dirt out at the social media and the new website, tightasadirtextreme.com.
That's it.
And make sure to follow us, comment us, and everything.
Whatever you got, just go all in. You know what? Just pretend like you're on Adderall. Just go off.
Yeah. Cheer us. Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Have a great one. See you soon. Grin2Win.
Welcome to Reel 45 with Stefan and Greg Hancock. We vibe out and have real talk, so tune in and check this out. Yeah, today is a new day. Let's seize it now and get hype. We talking about our careers, our family, and just life. Yeah, share my story with you. Inspiration like every day. Reel 45, we gon' keep it live. I keep episodes on replay. Ayy, Reel 45. Yeah, Reel 45. Show them how we do it, man. Yeah.